Alright, here it is, the Avinox Smart Front Light. This is a 1200 lumen compact light which connects to the Avinox system. And as you can see, it's really simple. It's just a light and a wire. There are no buttons, there are no switches, there are no controls, nothing. Just this aluminium body with cooling fins and like a GoPro style mount. And the reason why we have no battery and no controls is because this is going to be powered by the internal battery on my T-Wing Turbo Force. We've got this huge battery to power this teeny light, and then we're also going to connect it to the wireless controller. So using one of the wireless controllers, I'll be able to turn the light on and off, or I can even use the dashboard control to control the light too. So it's a really smart system, hence the name, the Avinox Smart Front Light. Now, when you buy the light, you have to get it from Amflow currently, and when it comes from Amflow, it does come with an accessory kit, including this little mount, and some longer bolts and some frame plugs as well. I can't use any of this because I am not running the standard stem on my bike. As you can see here, if I was running the standard stem, this mount goes onto the bolts here. We replace these standard short bolts with the longer ones that come with the kit, and then your light fastens onto there. Problem is, I've upgraded my T-Wing with this, a Pembrey stem, which is a much wider clamping area because it gives it a much more solid feel for aggressive riding, and this is simply too small to fit on there. So instead of using this, we're going to use a Garmin mount. So this Garmin mount has a GoPro connector underneath, and the light will fit directly on there. Now, before we start with the installation of the Avinox Smart Light, I want to be completely clear that I purchased this with my own money. I'm not supported by Avinox or DJI in any way. And the £189 that I paid for this came out of my own wallet. And all I'd ask from you guys is if you can give me a thumbs up and a subscribe, that would be absolutely awesome. Okay, so step one to connect the light to the bike is to remove the dashboard from the bike. And to do that, I need a very small, I think it's this, a 2.5mm Allen key. Let's see if I'm right. I am incorrect. It's not a 2.5, it's a 2. So we need a 2mm Allen key. And there are 2 bolts on the Avinox dashboard, which we need to undo. So there's one of them. And there's the other one. It honestly is very, very quick to install this light. So you get those bolts out, put them to one side, and then simply lift out the dashboard. Now what you'll find is there's a wire here, an extra wire with nothing plugged into it. It does have a little grommet on there, and that's to stop moisture from getting in when you're not using it. Keep that to one side because in the summer you're probably going to take the light off and you're going to want to protect this connector, so don't throw that away, put that somewhere safe. Okay, so with the dashboard off the bike now, we are going to mount the light to the GoPro mount. So we're going to do that quickly. We're just going to slide this into here, use one of these little GoPro screws to fasten it into place. There we go, just make it finger tight. Right, the light is on. So now what we need to do is thread this wire through this port here for the brake cable. So slide that through. And as we slide that through there we go. There's the wire. Now this wire will only go one way around. You can see that there's a flat area on this side and 2 pins there. Don't try and force it in the wrong way. Otherwise you'll damage it. So we'll connect these up. So we're going to put that flat bit at the top. Make sure it's lined up. There you go. That's on. And now we're going to feed the wires back in to the frame. Make sure you don't pinch anything. That goes in there. Pop that down. And now we're going to put these screws back on. So this is really, really simple. It's probably faster than putting on one of those Velcro attachment batteries and making it all nice and neat. This is much, much quicker, or just as quick, should I say, but way, way neater. The next step is we're going to connect the light make sure it's connecting to the dash, and then we're going to connect it to this light, this switch here. Okay, so let's power on the Avinox system. Right, what we'll do is we should be able to see, if we scroll over, that we have a light setting. So we've got off and light. If you don't see this light setting, it's because your system isn't updated to the latest firmware. So update it, and then you should receive that. Now, if I just press this, the light comes on. And you've got two settings. So that's your low setting, and then your high setting. Low, high. Right, what we want to do now is to be able to control the smart light using this controller here, this wireless controller. At the moment, I don't have this controller set to do anything. So what we're going to do, we're going to go into the settings, so swipe up, and then you want to go to Customize Controls, which is this one here. Hit that, and you'll see we've got different options. So you can see the square, that relates to this one, and then we have this circle, and that relates to this. And you've got different options. You've got a simple press, or you've got press and hold. So I'm going to choose press and hold. So when I press and hold this button, I want my light to turn on. So set that and go back. So if I press and hold this, my light now comes on. If I press and hold it again, it goes off. Perfect. Now I want this button to do the same, but to change the brightness of the light. So I'm going to go down to the circle, press and hold. I'm going to choose this one, bike light beam, switch bike light beam. Cool. So now I should be able to turn it on with this one. And if I hold this one, I get the brighter beam. And that's it. Simple as that. Okay, we're out on a trail. It's not a difficult trail, but it's just to give you an idea of how good this light's going to be. So let's turn it on. So this is its low mode. Let's see how that works. Oh, we've got some walkers here. Oh, hello. So you can see that I've got it angled down at the moment. So this low mode, it's quite far. It's facing the focus of the beam down. Obviously I can adjust the light, so I could bring it up, but I do have the high setting. So let's turn that on. Whoa, look at that. It brings it up a lot more. It gives me a much better view of what's ahead of me. So if I turn that off now, this is probably a really good setting for commuting and riding on the road. The light is shining down. It's not gonna distract or dazzle any oncoming traffic, but I can check, I don't know, if I'm on the road, for example, for any potholes, anything that I want to avoid. It gives me great visibility. But if I want to see a little bit more, if I'm off-road and I want to see a bit more, I can hit it into high power mode and I can see a lot more now. You can see it brings the beam up, and now I can see a lot more of the trail. Let's go up a hill around here and we'll try those two modes again. So let's put it in the low mode. So as you can see, going downhill, I can't really see what's ahead of me, right? And as I go around the corner, it's quite dark. But if I put it in the high mode on, oops, if I put the high mode on, there you go, it's a bit wider, I get to see a lot more. So now I can see the entire trail ahead of me. And if I turn this off, on the low mode now, I can still see the path and I can make sure it's nice and safe, but I'm not going to dazzle anyone. So it's not just about how far ahead you can see, it's being able to see as you go around a corner. So if I put this back in the low mode, you can see the light beam is much lower, it's much narrower, and look how much over the corner I can see now. And if I put it into the high mode, way more. So if I go around the corner now in the low setting, it's kind of scary. I don't know what's coming. I can't see what's coming ahead. Yeah? I can't look up the hill and plan, right? But let's try that again, but with the high mode on. And you'll see that I can see a lot more of the trail and I can plan ahead, like even now. Again, it's kind of scary. You don't know what's to the side of you. Okay, high mode. And now it's much better, look at that. I can see all of it. I can go around, I can look up the trail a little bit. Much better. I'm gonna be more confident that I'm not gonna bump into anything. There are no branches or rocks or holes to fall into. So this is low. Yeah, it's difficult to plan ahead with the low mode on, but with high mode, much easier. So we're gonna go up this trail here. Give it a quick test. See if this is a better angle for you. There we go. You can see how easy it is. If I whack it down to low, it's not as simple, it's not as good, is it? Difficult around corners. Ooh, not off. There you go. So I'll have to say, it's not a bad light. It's only 1200 lumens. I think for commuting in the low setting, it's really good. So if you want to do a little bit of off-roading, oh, don't turn it off. A little bit of off-roading, it's good as well, but I think if you're going to be serious about night riding, you'd want to use this with another camera, with another light, sorry. I don't think it puts out quite enough light on its own. It's definitely not wide enough for planning on going around corners. Even in the high mode, as soon as you start picking up speed, it's difficult to see. It gets quite dark, or you get these patches of darkness. See how dark it is there and there? I'd want it a bit wider than that. But what I notice is like there's a real dark patch on either side, and like for example now with this hill up the side of me, it almost feels like I've got like something blocking my vision because it's such, yes, it's not quite wide enough. It's not bad though. Well, I hope that gives you an idea of what the Avinox light is like. I hope it shows you that it's really easy to install. It's pretty good light. Like, it's really good for commuting. It's good to get to and from a trail, perhaps. I think with a helmet light, it could be a really good combo. I think you might struggle to use it by itself for proper off-road riding, but you know, as something that's always connected to your bike and always has power in it because it has that Avinox internal battery to work from, it's a good option. £189 spendy though. So, you know, if you really want to be serious about off-road night riding, maybe invest in something a bit different. But yeah, I think this with a helmet light is going to be like an awesome combo, and I can't wait to try it. Well, I hope you found this video interesting. If you like, if you've got any questions about the Avinox system, the Avinox Smart Light, or anything on my channel, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. Cheers, guys.